it might not be also all be so easy as that. So Chalmers in his paper considers one argument for pessimism in the personal identity question. So this idea that personal identity isn't preserved. And this is similar to a thought experiment which comes from a philosopher called David Partfit, which is called the teletransporter case. So this is, might be worth looking into if you're interested in these personal identity thought experiments. So here's what Chalmers writes. So Chalmers writes, suppose that yesterday Dave was uploaded into a computer. The original brain and body were not destroyed. So this is a case of non-destructive uploading. So there are now two conscious beings. There's Bio Dave, so the original Dave in his kind of physical body, and Digi Dave. Digi Dave is the being that kind of exists digitally within the computer. So Chalmers goes on. Bio Dave's natural attitude will be that he is the original system, and Digi Dave is at best some sort of branch line copy. And so we say that this seems pretty plausible, right? So if people were looking from the outside and somebody said, "Who's Dave?" they would instinctively point to the physical body, because Dave hasn't been destroyed, and so it seems like Bio Dave is Dave, and Digi Dave is something else, because they can't both be Dave. And this is kind of supported even further by the question of rights. So it seems like if we were to say Dave is the person who owns Dave's car. Who owns Dave's car? Well, it's Bio Dave, because Bio Dave originally owned the car, and nothing has changed to happen. Nothing has happened to Bio Dave. So we've got to think that Bio Dave's moral rights suggest that he is the original Dave. So Chalmers carries on then. If we grant that in a case of non-destructive uploading, so this case where we haven't destroyed the body of the original brain and body, Digi Dave is not identical to Dave, then it's natural to question whether destructive uploading is any different. If Dave did not survive as Digi Dave when the biological system was preserved, why should he survive as Digi Dave when the biological system is destroyed? So if it's not the case that, by creating this digital consciousness, Dave is now in the computer when Dave lives, then why should we think anything's different whether Dave dies, in the case where Dave dies? So the argument is effectively this on this right-hand side. In non-destructive uploading, Digi Dave is not identical to Dave. Premise 2, if in non-destructive uploading, Digi Dave is not identical to Dave, then in destructive uploading, Digi Dave is not identical to Dave. Therefore, conclusion, in destructive uploading, Digi Dave is not identical to Dave. So this is an argument for pessimism about personal identity. So Chalmers wants to say, if you accept this argument, then maybe there's no such thing as the digital afterlife in the sense that we want it, even if you can get to this, admittedly maybe pretty implausible idea that we can represent and kind of model your brain in a computer and have it be conscious. There's still this big hurdle to clear here, which is to do with whether it's actually going to be you at the end of the road. So if we accept this argument, then it doesn't seem like we can get this digital afterlife. There's no life after death for us. Maybe there's life after death or something else, which comes as a result of my destructive uploading. But we're going to have to be able to reject this argument from Chalmers if we think that there is going to be some digital afterlife for us.